Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Blue Eyes White Chaos here, and I'm back today doing another deck profile on a deck that is pretty awesome. They just released this deck as a structure deck in the TCG, and it is Lightsworns. So this deck is pretty powerful. It'll be getting more powerful with the release of more cards coming out soon, but at the moment I really like this deck. I've liked it for a while. So yeah, let's get straight into it so you guys can see my version of the build. I won't go over the side deck today, but you guys can see it because it just takes up a lot of time. But anyway, yeah, let's get into this. So of course, 3 Judgment Dragon, because he is the monster, the boss monster of this deck, is what makes this deck so good. He is 3,000. Comes out with 4 or more Lightsworns with different names in your graveyard, and you just special summon him and pay 1,000, blow up the field. Except for himself, of course. So yeah, he's such a good card. Definitely run him at 3 because you want to be drawing this guy. I play 3 Wolf. Wolf, I haven't had a problem with Wolf lately because first of all, if you draw any of these Lightsworns that do mill, and he gets sent to the graveyard, well then you're gonna get to special summon him, and that helps out a really big amount, like with this deck, because if you say you get him off with Raiden, comes onto the field, you can go straight into anything you want. Crimson Blade or Scrap Dragon, doesn't matter. Whatever you need at the moment, you go into that. Then you run 3 of the Raiden, Hand of the Lightsworn. This guy is sick. He's new to the TCG. Just came out as well. His effect is great. You drop 2 during your turn, which is really helpful at a lot of times. If you need that extra 2 for Judgment Dragon, you might drop a Wolf to go for the Synchro or for the XYZ. So yeah, he helps out a bunch. Just a great card. Definitely 100% run him at 3. And he goes off into Synchros because he's a tuner as well. So 100%, yeah. And he mills 2 at the end phase. So, and he'll gain 200 if you send a Lightsworn to the graveyard. So he's a 1900 if that happens as well. 3 Lilas. Lila pops back row. Yeah, she helps out a lot. Mills top 3. She's pretty stock standard. Go for rank 4s as well with her. 2 Dawn Knight. Dawn Knight has actually been really cool to play with this deck. I wasn't 100% sure on him at first, but I've definitely grown to like this guy. He helps out the deck a bunch. If he's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can send a light monster from your deck to the grave, so you can instantly go for special summoning yourself a wolf. Or if at the moment you need to drop a Judgment Dragon into your graveyard because you got a card like Beckoning Light, it works around. And his other effect is when he is sent from the deck to the grave, you target a light monster in your graveyard and place it on top of your deck. So with his effect, if he's milled off, you can chuck Judgment Dragon to the top of your deck. So yeah, just a really good card. I run him at 2. If you're running differently, I mean, that's alright. I've only been testing him out lately, but yeah, he's actually helped out quite a bit. 3 Luminas because she's like great. She gets off so many cards. You can just chuck Lumina, chuck Raiden onto the field, and go straight into Michael. So yeah, such an easy combo. It happens very often, and you can dump cards like Wolf that are dead in your hand and bring out a card like Raiden to go for Synchros, stuff like that. 2 Curry Bandit. Curry Bandit is I've been running him at 3. Cut him down to 2 because he was getting a little too much. I mean, you want to be drawing him, but at the same time you don't want to be drawing too many of him because he can be dead in your hand. But he helps out, and you don't want to be milling him off that much as well. So he's a great card. Run him at 2, but yeah, only at 2. I would say. I don't want to run him at any more than 2. 1 Celestia, 1 Honest, Jane, Gareth, and a Minerva, which is another new tuner. So yeah, I run her at 1. She helps out a bunch as well. If you want to go for Synchro play, she's the girl to go for. And the reason behind the other 3, these 2 are just beat sticks. Celestia's effect is great because it can disrupt 2 cards on your opponent's field, and she's 2300 beat stick as well. And Honest, I mean, you're running lights, you gotta run Honest. For the spells, 3 Solar Recharge because, I mean, let's take a look around. It's pretty stock standard. They're all Lightsworns. You want to be able to dump 2 and draw 2 at the same time. It's just such a good card. For the 1-ofs, 1 Soul Charge because you do need to go back for play sometimes if you have a dead hand, and Soul Charge can just really bring you back into things. And Curry Bandit and Soul Charge work so well together because you mill top 5, and if a Soul Charge is in there, it helps out a bunch. 1 monster reincarnation, because you do need to grab back your Judgment Dragon most of the time when it's dumped in your graveyard. Could also go for a Lumina. Depends what you need at the moment, but yeah, it helps out in a lot of situations. Of course, Dark Hole. Foolish Burial, because you could need the special summon of a wolf. You could need to throw an extra Lightsworn into the graveyard to get Judgment Dragon's effect, but yeah, helps out a bunch. And of course, Charge, because it Lightsworns. Traps, 3 Beckoning Lights. Beckoning Light is an amazing card. You swap your hand to the grave, and then you add light monsters from your grave up to the number of cards you threw in. It's just so good, because if you've got a bunch of dead cards in your hand and they're not helping you, you can just grab 3 Judgment Dragons if they're in there, which has happened with me. Drop 1, bomb the field, summon the other 2, win the game. It's such a good OTK star. Yeah, really good. Definitely run that at 2 to 3, I'd say. 1, way too little. 2 is good. I reckon 3 isn't cloggy. It's not cloggier than what you'd think it would be. For the 1-ofs, 1 Deprison, 1 Bottomless, 1 Torrential, 1 Compulse, and 1 Warning. It's just staple cards that you run in majority of decks, and they don't affect this deck very much. It actually helps it out quite a bit, so I definitely love running them all at once. For the extra deck, now my extra deck is not 100% complete. There's a few more cards, like I would probably chuck in a Felgrand because of the Judgment Dragons for consistency, but this is what I've been playing with at the moment. So you guys change, if there's anything that you see that you would change up, definitely let me know in the comments below so I can give that a shot. Anyway, 1 Crimson Blader, 1 Scrap Dragon, Stardust Dragon, a Stardust Spark Dragon, 2 Michaels. Michael is really, he's so strong. You pay 1,000 life points, target a card and banish it, first of all. So it's got BLS's effect, minus the fact that you can't attack. Then you can attack with him, and he mills from the top of your deck. And then when he's sent to the graveyard, you can send as many Lightsworn monsters as you want from your graveyard back to your deck, and you gain 300 life points for each. So, come on, that's got to be such a great synchro card. This card literally makes me want to play Lightsworns in real life, and I'll definitely be getting onto that for you guys, so you can see me chucking on some Lightsworn videos for you as well. And of course a Black Rose Dragon, because you need to nuke the field. Onto the rank 4s. There's a number 101, because he is just amazing. I mean, if you can make him, you play him. A Heartland Draco for finishing games. Exciton Knight, need to nuke the field. Revival Chain, because, come on, you need to be able to send Wolf or whatever for that case into the graveyard that you need at that particular moment. And Revival Chain does it for you. Diagusto Emerald is to recycle your Lightsworns. You might be decking out, and he helps out so much. 1 Gargaga Cowboy, because he finishes games. A Ghost Regalu card for pop, because you do actually run quite a few level 3s in the deck. So yeah, you can run him. And a Zen Mains to finish off. So thanks for watching, guys. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and tell me what you guys would change up with this deck. If there's anything else that you guys do differently than me, it'd be good to see. So yeah, remember to just let me know what you guys do, and I'll be doing more videos for you guys. So see you later, guys.